Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 221. Today we have new Simply Refined dies for you that I am in love with. And we have product from Tonic Studios, their Nouveau Mousse, to show you. Now, the dies this release are a little special, I think. You see, when you design a die, there's rules. There's actually rules for designing a die. The lines have to be a certain width, and you can only have so many linear lines, and you can't, I mean, it's crazy. There's rules to designing a die, because you can sit down and you can draw the most beautiful thing ever, but it won't cut. If there's too many lines going in one direction and not enough pressure going in another direction, I mean, I could draw the most beautiful things ever, but they would never cut. So, when I knew what I wanted this collection to be, I emailed over to Mark, the guy who makes magic happen. He gets my stuff manufactured. And I said, Mark, first off, remember that you really like me. Next, take a deep breath before you open my attachments, because I think we're going to push the envelope a little bit on dies this time, because I had this vision of what I wanted. And they don't look difficult, but in the manufacturing process, yeah, they were a little more difficult. So Mark is over in the UK and he's many hours ahead of me. So I probably sent the email like at 6 p.m. our time. And so he's 8 hours ahead. So I was asleep when he opened the email up. So in the morning, I grabbed my phone to see if he's responded. And I think his email was 2 words. Oh my. Because from a manufacturing standpoint, he knew I was asking a lot of these dies. He knew I was asking a lot of these dies. So we had a conversation and we agreed. We will send one die through for quality control sample. We'll put it in production for quality control sample. We'll each get that die to play with. And if it cuts great, wonderful. But we're not gonna put any of the other dies into quality control production samples until we see how this one does. So we sent it over exactly like I wanted it. No changes to it, no modifications, no, I don't know what I want to say, no taking away from it or making it less than I wanted it to be. And I sat there on pins and needles because it takes a couple weeks to get quality control samples. And it landed on my desk and I was like, oh. And the girls, the SMS girls, were like, oh. And so I ran over to my Big Shot machine and I rolled it through with my precision base plate, and I turned it around and I rolled it through, and I turned it one more time just to be on the safe side. And by golly, it cut beautiful. So I sent Mark back an email with like a na 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 na. And he sent back one with 2 thumbs up, so then we could put the rest of the collection in production without having to make changes, artistic changes that I didn't want to make. Apparently, I get to be a bit, I want things the way I want them when it comes to, what I have, my vision, what I see, what I want. So anyway, I was so glad we didn't have to change them, yes. So I have those for you today. And then the Nouveau Mousse. Oh my goodness gracious, Nouveau Mousse is beautiful. And I'm going to talk to you about that when we scroll on down, because I'm going to start with that because I want you to see what Nouveau Mousse is, because it's really not moussey at all. It's got this weird little texture to it, and there's a really good way of using it and a really not so good way of using it. But first we have Winter Winter Chicken Dinner, so I'm going to announce that, and I'm going to let you know next week I am traveling. I leave Wednesday and I'm back Monday, and that means that there will not be a YouTube next week. I am so very sorry, but there's no way for me. Today is Friday, you're watching this on Saturday, I leave Wednesday morning, and there's just no way for me to get another YouTube done before I leave. I might play Where in the World is Stacey on Facebook or something. We'll do something fun, but I will have to skip a week, and I appreciate you understanding. So Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This is from YouTube number 220, and hopefully by the time I am back for not next week, but the week after, Kayla will have had an opportunity to, we've pulled the 100 winners. We've had, the software has pulled all the winners. Now she has to put them into an Excel spreadsheet and then get it over to me. So we should be able to have all of that done so we can announce the 100 winners from the anniversary sale after I get back. Yay! It's a lot of work for Kayla. It's a lot. So, because she has to verify that, you know, that the winners really are winners and that you didn't put your name in 14 times. You only put your name in once. And so anyway, winner from 220, which was it was the Spellbinders 3D stamps, which really didn't 3D, but had shading to them, and they were so pretty. Okay, so we've got some winners for some of those stamps. If you are Teresa McDaniels, congratulations, and I love that I could pronounce your name. Big hearts to Teresa McDaniels. I hope you're doing your happy dance. Woohoo. I'm a winner chicken dinner peep. Woohoo. But you're not alone. You have a friend, because we always announce 2 winners, and your friend who has also won a selection of the new Spellbinders 3D shading stamps is Laura Petticord. Laura Petticord. Congratulations to you, Laura. Hopefully you're doing a winner chicken dance too. But you could right now be rewinding it to hear, did she really say my name? Yes, Laura, I said your name. Laura and Teresa. How are you girls going to claim your prize? It's easy peasy. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Go to winner chicken dinner. You'll see a link. Click that. Follow the directions, and we will get your prizes out to you just as quickly as possible. Congratulations, girls. Now, if you want to be a winner chicken dinner, what do you have to do? You have to subscribe to Scrapbooking Made Simple. So you have to go to YouTube, watch this on YouTube, have a YouTube username and login. It's very easy to do. If you have Gmail, then it's even easier to do. And click subscribe on our channel. Then you'll be the first to know when there's a new YouTube posted, and you'll be able to leave a comment. All we ask is the comment be kind. That's it. Just be nice. Really, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. It's very easy. You can have a comment about anything. You can tell me what you cooked for dinner. You can tell me how your day was at work. You can tell me that your kids scored really great on their spelling test. You can tell me that your grandson is going to be in the fall festival as a pumpkin. Whatever makes your heart happy, as long as it's kind. And if it's kind, we'll approve it, and then you go into the running for a winner chicken dinner prize, and you just never know when I'm going to call your name. I bet Teresa McDaniels and Laura Petticord thought, oh, she'll probably never call my name. But guess what? It's your turn. Congratulations. All right, so I am going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. I can feel that we're going to get started for today. I'm going to show you the make and take that's going on downstairs right now. So if you're anywhere in sunny California on a Saturday, come see us. We're doing a free make and take in the store. Well, not the week that I'm going to be gone, but any other week, come see us. I'm out there all day long doing a free make and take, and I would love to meet you and to have you in the store. Nothing makes my heart happier than when people come in and say, I came from Colorado, or I came from Texas, or I came from San Diego, because that's a 3-hour drive, or I came from New York. It makes my heart happy, and I just love having the opportunity to talk with you. In fact, I probably talk too much, but that's me. All right, I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today, and hopefully you like the new Simply Refined So Delicate release. That's what it's called, So Delicate, as much as I do. Okay, down we go. Bye. All right, I'm going to tilt on in or zoom on in. Oh, such a pro. I'm getting there. It's only taken 5 years. Oh, darn it. See, I spoke too soon. Can I go down just a little bit more? Why, yes. Yes, you can, Stacey. Okay. All right, so this is, in fact, can I even go down just a hair bit more? Oh, this is the make and take that's going on right now. So pretty. I'm going to push those just up a little bit. So pretty. Okay, hello. The hello is from the Slide On Over a Contour Plus die, and that is back in stock. The Slide On Over Contour Plus die is back in stock, and that's where the hello came from. But the corner, oh my goodness gracious, the corner, that is from this month's Contour Plus die, and wait till you see what else is with it. But what did we color it with? I just don't know if the camera's gonna get the sheen and the shine. Oh, it's so pretty. We used Nouveau Mousses to do the coloring. They're different from a gelato because they truly have a shimmer to them that you don't get with a gelato. Gelatos are beautiful, they are, but this almost has the look of a perfect pearl. If you remember perfect pearls, it's got that beautiful iridescent look to it without the mess of a perfect pearl. So I'm gonna put this off to the side for right now. And I'm gonna bring out a few of my Nouveau Mousses. There's 24 colors and they're all beautiful. You can't go wrong. But I wanna talk to you a little bit about them before I get started. First off, when you open it up, it doesn't look anything like mousse. I mean, when I think of mousse, I think of light and whippy and frothy and cloud-like. If somebody served me a chocolate mousse like this, I would think first, I probably cooked it. In fact, this was probably the consistency of the mousse that I would serve to you. It would taste good, but yeah. So it has this very weird texture to it. It's kind of hard. It doesn't leak or run or drip. It's intense in color. You don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. But in the beginning of these types of products, Viva Decor makes something very similar. It's called Inca Gold. And theirs is more of a beeswax type where it goes over. It's beautiful. It sits on anything. It will dry on anything, as will this. It's just beautiful. But the Viva Decor tended to have a problem. You would close it up, you would set it aside, you'd come back to it maybe 2 months later because now you want to use it again, and you'd open it up and it would be hard as a rock. Hard as a rock. I mean, literally a rock. There was nothing you could do to reconstitute it to make it beautiful again and usable again. Now, the Viva Decor is a lovely product, and if you're going to be doing something with it relatively quick, like you're not going to come back to it 6 months later, then it's a beautiful product to use, and it will go over glass and metal and ceramics and paper. So does the Nouveau. The difference is this has an additive to it to help it not dry out. I was a little leery in the beginning because I have Viva Decor and I love Viva Decor and it does a beautiful job, but I have to tell people you have to use it within a certain period of time, otherwise you're going to get hard as a rock. I have talked to Tonic and I have been told that they have an additive in theirs that allows it to not harden so that you don't have to worry about it. And if it does for some reason, let's say you left the lid off of it for whatever reason, then give me a call. And if you've bought it from us, although we've just now started carrying all 24 colors, we'll replace it for you because there's now an additive in this that keeps it from drying out. But it isn't very moussey. It's kind of a weird, it's not jelly-ish, but it's just an interesting feel to it. Now, how to use these? There's what I think is a right way and a not as right way to use these. I'm gonna cut up a piece of paper really quick. Oh, I don't want to use a card base. Let me grab a piece of paper. All right, so I've just got a white piece of paper here. So I tend to like to do things with my finger. But when you do things with your finger with this product, it does not give you the best result. Now you may want it to be kind of streaky like that, and that may work for you. That may be what you're going for. And as it dries, the iridescent becomes more and more visible. I tend to prefer a more solid coverage. So I'm taking an inexpensive makeup sponge from Walmart. You can buy 50 in a pack for I think $4.99 or $5.99. I'm dipping it in. I'm just dipping it in. You don't need a lot. And then I'm going to use it and I like this method better because I get a better coverage. And I get a nice smoother coverage. You don't want to overwork it. If you overwork it, you'll start pulling it back up. See, I overworked it and I started to pull it back up. You don't want to overwork it. You just want to get it down there, move it around a little bit, and let it be. And you get a beautiful, beautiful coverage with it. I'm not so crazy about my finger because I can't ever get it exactly the way I want it. I just keep moving it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And that's not what I'm looking for. Now it dries crazy quick. It dries super fast. In fact, it's almost dry. See? That's pretty good. And if you want even more coverage, let it dry for a second and then you can go back on top of it and add even more to where any little holes you had will just wipe away. But it's so pretty and it dries so fast, which makes it very user-friendly on many, many different applications. And again, there's about 24 colors. About 24 colors. And I want to show you, I'm going to show you a little later how to take one color and make it into a different color, because maybe you're on a budget. Possibly that you have a crafting budget. I know that I do, and I know my girls do. So while it's nice to be able to have all the colors, if you have to choose just a few, then I would choose the ones that you can't make yourself, and that would be the golds and the bronzes and the silvers. But I'm going to show you how to make maybe a pink, or yeah, maybe a pink. We'll see. I've got my gelatos there. We're going to play with gelatos too. Now, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to go ahead and take some white paper. And I'm going to take a couple sponges and I'm going to take a couple colors. So I've got a copper. I don't know, is that what they're going to call this? Cosmic brown. Okay, I'm going to use cosmic brown. And I want to say this is pure platinum. And this one is Indian gold. So I've got 3 colors. And I'm going to open them up. I think I'm going to start with my platinum because it's my lightest color. So I want to get that down there. Put my makeup sponge right into it. Ooh, it is moo. And I'm just going to put it right onto my paper. Right onto my paper. I've got a lot there. Don't need as much. But it will just spread all over. I think that's pretty good. Can you see that I've changed my paper into a pearlescent with that platinum? Really pretty. Now I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to grab my gold. And I'm going to put a little gold, and I'm just going to blend that right in. And I'm just going to daub it here and daub it there. I'm not going to cover the entire thing because I want some of that platinum to come through. So now I've added the gold on top of the platinum just with a makeup sponge. Then I'm going to take my brown, which looks kind of coppery to me, I think. And I'm going to layer that right on top. And you can see it doesn't take much. If I want to go a little heavier, I pick up a little more on my brush or my makeup sponge. But it doesn't take much. So that's where I am right now. Kind of got a hot little mess going on there. Doesn't look altogether too woohoo ka-choo, but when I'm done, wait till you see. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of my, I have a lot of my my platinum. I'm going to take a little bit more of my platinum, put a little bit back on, and just go over the top and add a little bit back of that color. And you can see that you're able to do that. So you're able to layer your colors. So if you get too much of something, that's okay. You can go back in and relayer more color over the top of it and you're just fine. So I added in a little bit more of my platinum. And again, you can see the shimmer and the shine. It's beautiful. It's not blingy. It's not like in your face bling, but it is a beautiful shimmer and shine. But right now I've just got a hodgepodge of colors going on. That's all I've got is a hodgepodge of colors going on. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to take one of the dies from Simply Refined So Delicate collection. Now there is 4 dies in the collection, and there's a picture of all 4 of them. So you've got, is that a plumeria? I think that's what that is. And you've got tulips, and you've got kind of a daisy, and you've got roses. And I wanted to play with heavier lines. So the outline that makes up the die, that makes up the outside of the daisy, is a heavier die line than what's inside to add the detail. And again, it may not look totally intricate to you, but to get so many lines going in one direction, you have to make sure that it's going to cut. So I think the first one we did, to be sure, I guess we're calling it a lily, was this one. And it's right here. And it's just beautiful. But you can see the lines are heavier on the outside and the lines are thinner on the inside. So you get the die, center die that cuts out. You have a frame here to do a shadow, and then a frame to frame the whole thing. So there's many different ways of using it. But I'm gonna take my, I guess it's more of a dahlia than it is a daisy. I don't know, I'm not so florally inclined. These are the flowers that I loved. So I'm gonna put this over to the side, and I'm gonna take my paper that has just a mishmash of Nouveau Mousse, and you can see dry, which makes it really user-friendly. You don't have to worry about spilling or making a mess. It wipes right off your craft mat. And this is my craft mat. You can see it's not moving. I am gonna move this just a little bit that way. It doesn't move, it doesn't slip, it doesn't slide. And I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot machine. Now I'm using my Sizzix Big Shot machine, just my regular Big Shot machine. You can use a Big Shot, a Big Kick, a Vagabond, an Express, a Big Shot Plus. If you use a Big Shot Plus, you do not need a precision base plate. These dies will go through a Cuttlebug machine. Just know that a precision base plate is going to be helpful, and you can't use a Sizzix precision base plate on a Cuttlebug machine, so you may have to put a few shims under. This precision base plate allows you to cut intricate dies. It allows you to cut intricate dies. And let me see if I can. So right there is the directions on how to use a precision base plate. I'm using it on a magnetic platform. Sizzix does not recommend you use it on a magnetic platform. They would prefer you use it on your multi-purpose platform, and I leave that decision up to you. But here are the directions. Now, if you can read the directions, you're doing it wrong. You need, oh, and it's magnetized down. Am I gonna get it off? Yes. You need, you need to have this side facing you, the cut side. If you can read the directions, you're doing it wrong. You need that cut side facing you. And yes, it's been cut into and you can see the cuts. If that really, really bothers you, you can take a wet wipey and wipe it down and some of that paper will come off. But it's not a problem. It doesn't hurt the machine. Now I'm gonna take that kind of weird looking piece of paper that I did with the Nouveau Mousse, and I'm gonna put my die right on it. Now, because my precision base plate is on top of my magnetic platform, it is obscuring the die from being magnetized, which means it will move. It will move. If this was just on a magnetic platform, my die would not move. But my die's not gonna cut really you're gonna have to shim it a couple times if you don't have a precision base plate to get all those cuts. So that's why we recommend a precision base plate for almost all of my dies. So I've got my die down there, and I'm gonna take a cut plate that's kind of ratty-tatty. You don't want one that's pretty and new. This is the exclusive red glitter cut plate from Scrapbooking Made Simple. It's a Sizzix cut plate, but it's red glitter and you can only get it here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. It's ruby red glitter. I would not use that if that's what you're using as your do not cut plate. You want something that's kind of been cut into and ratty-tatty, because when you roll this through your machine, whether it be your big kick, your big shot, your vagabond, your Fabby big shot, your vintage big shot, the pressure that's going to happen because you have this precision base plate on there is more, and it will actually leave a little embossing into your plate. So you don't want to ruin a brand new beautiful do not cut plate. Now I'm going to send this through, and then I'm going to rotate it. Why am I rotating it? Because this is an intricate die. Lots of pieces to come out, lots of linear lines, and I need the roller to hit this die in a different way, totally different way. So if it didn't cut the first time, it will cut the second time. Now again, it's up to you. You can rotate this one more time on a slight diagonal if you just want to be absolutely positive and send it through. I pushed the envelope with this, there's no question with it. But can you see my craft mat's not moving? My craft mat's not moving, that's a happy day for me. All right, I'm gonna pull it out. Pops right out, easy peasy. I'm gonna put this on over. I'm gonna grab my Sizzix brush with the little foam pad. I like it because the little pieces will stick to the foam pad. I'm just gonna roller it out. Hopefully the majority of the little pieces will fall out. Pull it off. Well, I missed rolling in one area. Let's see, do I have my little tweezers? Pop these bad boys on out. And because you just made a beautiful background with that Nouveau Mousse, when you die cut it, it just turns out yummy. And see, they don't stay in here. They stay on there, and then you can just throw them away, which is really nice. So I didn't get one side done. I didn't roll it. So my little bits and pieces didn't fall right out, but we can pop them on out. I think that's, we're almost there. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it good enough. Otherwise, I'll be here for a little bit longer. All right. Oh, it drives me crazy, but that's okay. You don't need to see all that. Okay. I just want to pop them all out. Look at how pretty is that. From that weird little paper that we made, look at how gorgeous is this. And it's shimmery and it's shiny and it's got depth to it because you were able to layer your colors on it. So I'm just gonna pop these out while I'm talking because that's my personality. Okay. Oh, there. Do you see any more? Do you see any? I don't think I see any more. But it has depth to it and it has shimmer, but it's not so shiny that it's blingy. It's just, they're lovely. They're so easy to do, especially if you have, this is where this tool comes in handy. No question about it. There are lots of little bits and pieces. My Simply Refined dies are always more intricate than Simply Defined. Simply Defined tends to be a little more themey, and this tends to be a little more intricate or has a little engineering into it. But is that not gorgeous? Okay, so that's the main die. That's the main die. But you also have the frame. Okay, so let me show you what the frame does. I'm gonna grab a piece of black paper and I'm gonna cut a piece for the frame. Now the dies are not interchangeable. All right, so I've got my frame. I'm gonna cut my frame out. I'm gonna bring my machine back over. I'm still going to use a precision base plate. Even though there's an open space in here, there's enough to this die to keep it from warping, and it is an intricate die. So I am going to send it on through. Ooh. Let's move it on down. Send it on through. It's not as intricate as the die I just cut, but I am still going to rotate. So it's too, well, maybe I can get it. I wonder if I can just do a 90 degree if I cut my paper. Oh, look it, just fine. Okay. So I'm gonna pull this off. Now, you might think that all it's cut out is this frame. That might be your first guess, is that it's just cut out this area all around here and has left you here's my big one. Oh, okay, let's find my landmarks. There we go. Okay, so you might think that it just cuts out the frame and leaves you the backspace here to put that on so you have a shadow. But we did it a little differently. We did it so that backspace comes out. You still have the frame. And I'm going to do the frame on here too to get out some of this. Well, not all of it stayed behind, but enough of it. Toss that away. Put that off to the side. So now I've got this beautiful frame. And I have options at this point. You have options. Those little curly cues. I can put my frame onto a card base and then put my die in. I have the most trouble lining these things up. There we go. No, still not right. And I have my glasses on and it's still not right. There we go. I think I was right and I just questioned myself. Okay, so you can do your frame and put your flower straight down, or oh, look at that. Bravo to me. Or you can just use the background and you don't have to use the frame at all, because now you've got a beautiful flower with the background to it. It's got the shadow. The shadow is built into the frame die. Or you can snip out the areas where the flower is and just use the frame. If you want to snip out the areas where the flower is, then you just have a beautiful frame. You have lots of options. I love it with the background. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And instead of letting that background stay in there and be a part of the die without it coming out, that takes options away from you. Now you can't have a background. If we did that, you wouldn't have this separate piece to utilize if you didn't want to use the frame, but you still wanted a background for your die. So pretty. I've got one here too. So pretty. Where you can then layer and pop and do what you want and have that beautiful background, no fussy cutting around it. Or you can utilize the frame that comes with it. It's really up to you because you have options. Easy peasy. Now me finding where this one goes in again is not so easy peasy. There. That one. It's what makes your heart happy. But I love the Nouveau Mousse. I love how quickly it dries. I love that it doesn't dry out and that you can make anything you want. Let's do another one super quick. So I'm just going to grab a piece of white paper. And I'm going to take some colors, and I think I'm going to take, I don't know, take the soft green. Comes with a cover on the top. You just have to open it up. I peel mine all the way off. Keeping it there really isn't going to help any. Grab a makeup sponge, dip in. It's kind of got a weird feel to it, a weird texture to it. Dip in. Kind of just blend it all over. Start with my lightest color first, and then build color on top of that. So you can see how long that mousse is gonna last you because you use so little of it. And you can see that I've got kind of that shiny shimmery going on. Let's quickly use another color. I'm gonna use pink, because then I wanna move on and show you how to color your own. And I wanna use the Contour Plus dies. Open it up, throw away the foil, grab a sponge. Inexpensive makeup sponges work the best. And now I can come in and kind of layer some of that pink on top and just have it kind of soft and pretty. So again, kind of looks like a hot mess. But last I'll come in maybe with a little bit of blue. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I think I'll mix that in with a little bit of pink just to soften it a little bit. And a little bit of green. Okay, I'm not going to do any more because I'll sit there and I'll keep playing and coloring and doing. Let's see what it looks like when it cuts out. Let's see what it looks like when it cuts out. Bring over my Big Shot machine, my magnetic platform, my precision base plate, face up so the metal's facing you, my paper, my die, a yucky cut plate. Send it through, go through once. I'm gonna trim off just a little bit of my paper so it fits through my machine. There we go. Go through twice. And then because this is intricate and every machine is going to be different, back and forth may be more than enough for your machine. It really depends upon how much you use your Big Shot and how loose it is. You may want to just go one more time to be certain. All right, let's bring it on over. So I really created kind of a hot mess. It didn't look very pretty at all, but I'm anxious to see what we get when we pull it out. I'm reminding myself to go all the way to the top of the flower. Okay. Oh, see? Look, it left almost everything. Is that not awesome? It cleaned out almost the entire thing. Now I'm gonna pull. Oh my gosh, it's so lovely. I've got a few little pieces left in there. I can poke those guys right on out. But instead of having that more metallic-y gold, silver, copper, now I've got a pastel-y, beautiful flower. I know it's a dahlia, but I don't know. It's hard for it. To me, it's just a pretty flower. Pull that one on out. Well, that's a big one. Let's pop that one on out. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at how pretty is that. That came from that awful, yucky looking piece of paper. Once you cut it out, it's just gorgeous. I'm gonna throw this away. I'm gonna use Look at how beautiful is that. Okay, now how to get these down once you've got them? That's a really good question. I'm gonna tell you, cutting it with Stacey tape, because they're so intricate, can be a challenge. You can try to put Stacey tape along the back to make it an instant sticker, but because they are so intricate, that can be a challenge. So I was looking for something that would be easy peasy, that didn't require, I have my stay put glue and I love my stay put glue, and yes, it will hold this down beautifully. And all you would do is take some stay put glue, put it onto a makeup sponge and put some on there and dab it onto the back and glue it on down. Yes, that will work too. But then I found out about these glue sticks from Prima. And I wasn't very familiar with them at all. And I started to play with them, and then I gave them to the SMS girls, because if anybody's gonna tell me the truth, it's going to be the SMS girls. These are glue sticks from Prima, and they come in like 6 colors. The color means nothing at all. Maybe 5 colors, 5 colors. The color doesn't mean anything at all. That's just for looks to be pretty and cute. Oh no, 6, there's an orange. So there's all 6 colors. And again, they dry clear. So the color is just to make your heart happy. I gave them to the SMS girls and I said, use them. So they opened them up, and I want to tell you, this is kind of a gel. It's not like your typical glue stick. This is kind of a gel. So less is more with these, and you kind of just dab it. Kind of just dab it. And it's really sticky, but it's also repositionable until it dries. So this is ready to go on down. Let's hope I can find my space. That looks right. So let's get it down there. Okay, so I've put it down, and now if it's not right, there's time to pull it back up and reposition it. I really like them. They were very nice. They were easy to use, and I could pull it back up, and like I said, I gave it to the SMS girls, because if anybody's gonna tell me the truth, like, yeah, these are great, or no, these are not, they would. And once you've got it down, you just let it dry, and it dries to permanent. They retail for $1.99. We're gonna sell them 6, so you get 1 of each color at 50% off, so you're gonna get all 6 for $6. I think you're going to like them because it's convenient, it's easy, it's not messy, and with these dies, Stacey tape may not work as well as you would like it to work because they are so intricate, it may not cut all the way through. I mean, you only need a kiss cut, but you really want to give it a try. I do know that for $1, this works, and it works well, and it looks great, and they dry clear. It's for their planners. I didn't even know Prima had planners, but it's their planner glue pin. So obviously it's made for paper because it was made to go with their planners. So pretty using the mousse. Now, I want to do another thing. I want to show you what happens if you mix some other materials in with the mousse. Now, I have got, I'm going to play with a little bit of vellum. Because you all said that you had vellum from Dime Gone By. Well, I'm going to play with a little bit of vellum. And I think I'm going to bring over, this is the contour set. This is it. It's all floral corners. All floral corners. To do everything from a 5x7 card all the way down to an A2 card. We gave you sizes all the way down. So I'm going to take my platinum here and I'm going to grab a little bit of it and put it onto my craft mat. Then I'm going to take some gelatos, because what if you're on a crafty budget and these are $7.99 each, but they're going to be 20% off, but still there's 24 colors, and how do you know which colors to choose and which ones do you like? And you want to get the contour plus dye, but you want some of these. Well, if you've got gelatos or another type of medium, take the basic platinum. I'm going to scrape off some of my gelato. And I'm going to blend it in. Now for this, I'm going to use my finger. And I'm going to blend that pink right into that silver. And I'm going to make my own pink. Then I can take my makeup sponge, pick it up, and put it right onto my vellum. Now, do I want it to be darker? Then I add more of my gelato. It all depends upon how much of the gelato. You can try a re-inker. Be very ginger with a re-inker because that's a high intensity color. It's concentrate. So let's put a little bit more in there. But if you have gelatos or the Tim Holtz crayons, or gosh, I don't know who else makes a crayon. You want it darker? You add more of your gelato to it and make a darker pink. And then you can go in and pick it up. So if you are on a crafty budget, but you want to have the opportunity to play and make shimmer and pretty colors, I made my own pink. Is it nice to have the pink that's ready to go where all you have to do is take off the lid and go? Yes, it is nice to have that. Can everybody have that? No. So should you not be able to do the same technique because you're limited to one? No. Find a way to make a color. Like I said, try your re-inkers. Let's see if I add a little bit of green to this. Try your re-inkers. Make your own color. Try. Gelatos have 60 colors to them. That's a lot of colors. You could be making a lot of colors custom. What if you wanted a darker pink than this? Well, then take this pink and add a darker pink gelato to it to make an even more intense pink. Use what you've had to add to what you're buying. Make them all work together so that you've got lots to choose from. Now I'm on vellum, just plain vellum. And it's going to get a little wobbly. Can you see that? It's getting a little wobbly. That's because there is some water to this. I'm using the makeup sponge on vellum to keep the water moisture to a minimum, but there absolutely is water in this, so it's going to make the vellum a little wobbly. But I'm going to die cut out, and I'm going to grab this, gosh, did I make it big enough to do this? No, I need to add a little more. So let's do a little more pink up top. It dries on the vellum. I know, that's awesome, right? It dries on the vellum. And a little bit of blue. So hopefully now I've got it big enough. Close enough. So I'm gonna die cut that out. Move all this out of my way. And you see it's getting wrinkly and it's curling. That's going to happen. Do not be alarmed because you've added water to vellum, a product that has some water to it. I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot. Still gonna use my magnetic platform and my precision base plate. I'm gonna put my die right on it. I'm gonna send it on through. Roll, 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 roll. I'm gonna rotate. Ooh, if it allows me. Nope, it already cut. It said once was more than enough. All right, let's gingerly pull this out. It said once was enough. Clean up my mess. Pop out my little pieces. So for all of you that still have that vellum or have ordered vellum, here is another thing to do with it because it really is just lovely. All right, I'm going to take a piece of black paper. I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to take my glue stick from Prima and I'm going to do dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. And then I'm going to put it right down onto my paper. Less is more. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so from this hot mess, I got this. There is no artistic talent needed when using things like gelatos and mousses. But what this does that gelatos doesn't do is it gives you that beautiful iridescence. So if you have gelatos, get the platinum because then you can add that really strong, beautiful iridescence to the gelatos and make your own. So pretty. And it was done on vellum. And yeah, the vellum got a little bit wonky. Sure it did. But that's okay, we don't mind. Let's do it with the gold and the silver really quick. So I'm gonna do a little bit of the platinum. And I'm just gonna put it here and here. Oh, I picked up a lot. Here and here and here. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the gold. And I'm gonna put that there. And there, and maybe a little there, and then I'm going to take my brown. And right now this is what I've got, and it looks kind of like a hot mess. I'm gonna take a little bit of my brown, but I really want you to see that I'm not giving it any thought. Just go. Sit in front of the TV and just go. Maybe a little more gold over here. And my paper's starting to get a little wonky because it's vellum and I'm adding a product that has water to it, but that's okay. That's why vellum and alcohol ink go so well together, because alcohol ink dries very, very quickly and has no water. You can see it's starting to get a little wonky. It's dry. It dries that fast. Beautiful. Looks a little crazy on there, but I think I'm gonna grab this dye. Oh, and it fits. And I'm gonna cut this one, and I'm doing it out of vellum, because vellum gives a completely different look. It's a little softer. I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot machine. I'm on my magnetic platform, my precision base plate with the metal facing me. I've got my vellum down. I don't know where I want it to be. Okay, I'm just gonna go there. It is what it is. I'm gonna send it on through. And if this is like the other one, it's only gonna take one cut. So instead of trying to rotate, I'm just gonna roll it right on back, because the vellum cuts so easy. Move it to the side. Pull this off. I could try and be ginger and see if I can get those to stay in. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, how cute is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over there. I'm gonna bring back my black piece of paper. I'm gonna grab my glue stick. I'm gonna dab, 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 dab. Less is more with this. You don't want to take it and go like this because it's a gel. Less is more. And I'm gonna turn it over, dab, turn it over, and put it down. What do you think? Is that so cute? All on vellum. And it dries on the vellum, which is rock star. Like the gelatos, they dry on vellum. How pretty is that? All made out of a yucky piece of vellum that I just smooshed everything on. I didn't give it any rhyme or reason. I just got the color down and then I die cut, and you let the dye do the work for you. Don't try and color it after you've die cut. Color it before and let it be a surprise. Because they're just gorgeous when they come out. Absolutely beautiful. Everything from the metallics to the more pastels. And if you can afford several colors, that's awesome. And if you can't, get the platinum. Get the platinum. It will last you a very long time. Get out your Tim Holtz crayons, get out your gelatos, shave it into it, stir it up, and make your color. You can do that. Is it nice to have all the colors handy? Yes, I will not fib. It is. So that is how we did the sample. Well, here's another one. We took a plain piece of white paper and we just ran some colors. We just edged it in about an inch So a little bit of yellow, a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue, because once you put that black paper over the top, they don't need to know that you didn't do the whole thing underneath. They don't need to know that. And then we just did it on white paper, and we did a whole bunch of colors like I was doing earlier, and then die cut out. And look at the shimmer and the shine. But it's not too much. It's soft and beautiful. It's not too much. And they're just lovely. So that's Nouveau Mousse. And again, it would look like the mousse that I would make for you. It would taste good, but you might not want to eat it. It doesn't look so appetizing. But it goes on beautifully, and it lasts a long time. And my understanding is it does not dry out like the Viva Decor. They have put an additive in there. They've put something in there to make sure that it doesn't dry out like the Viva Decor. So I'm happy about that, because there's nothing worse than buying something and using it when you first get it because you're all excited about it, but then going back to it 2 months later and it's ruined. It's not you're not able to use it. That just makes your heart sad. So I'm going to show you some of the products, some of the dies first, and the storyboards, and then I will show you samples that the girls made. So let me get the storyboards, because I've got lots of samples here. All right, so the first one is So Delicate Tulips. Tulips. So there's the full die. There you can just do the die with the shadow. You can just do the shadow. The die, you can just do the shadow. So here's the die, here's the shadow. Here they are combined. Here's the background piece, and here it is all together. Could you imagine watercoloring behind this? Just using brushos, almost anything to put color behind these, they would be absolutely gorgeous. So this is So Delicate Tulips. Then we have the one I was using today, which I guess is a dahlia. We have the shadow, we have the die, we have the shadow and the die, then we have it all together with the frame, and then the frame all by itself. And like I said, you can cut out the center piece, you can cut out the frame of the flower so that you just are using, and that's true with any of them. And that's the one I was using today, and that's dahlia. Then we have the roses. And again, we have the shadow of the rose themselves together. Then we have it with the frame, and then the frame all by itself. Wait till you see the samples the girls made. And this is So Delicate Roses. Next we have the lily, although I don't know, it reminds me more of I think it's a plumeria. So we have the shadow, the die, and you can see the edges around the outside are thicker lines than what's on the inside. This was a tough die to make. I'm so glad it's here, and I'm so glad it cut beautifully. The two together, inside the frame, and then the frame all by itself. So pretty. And then last but not least, and it's not part of the bundle, is the Contour Plus So Delicate. And in that die for your $29.99, you get all of these. All of the corners, all of the extra flowers, all of them. And they will do everything from a 5x7 card all the way down, a 5x7 card, which is what this one is, 5x7 card, all the way down to an A2 card. And that's your $29.99 die, which means it's about $3 a die. But remember, these are Simply Refined, and when they're gone, they're gone. So now I want to show you some samples. So these are the ones being done downstairs right now. I just showed you that one. And I showed you this one a little earlier. Here's an A2. Isn't that so pretty? And easy and fast and not messy. Look at it on the tag. How cute is that as a tag? Oh my gosh. And again, we just used a little bit of the mousse on the edges of the paper. We didn't color the whole paper because there's no reason. Once you put the black on top of it, nobody's gonna see it. But how cute is that? And here we have it in a blue. Which is your favorite color? Hard to tell, huh? And more vibrant. Is that one that talks to you? The girls did a beautiful job. So these are downstairs being made by all of our customers right now, and they get to pick the colors that they want to do. They make the color combinations that make their heart happy. Look at this one. Oh my goodness, I love the purple. Okay, so then we have the samples that the girls made. Now this is Yvette. And here's Yvette's rose. So she's got the background done in white. She's put it against clearly glitter. She cut the rose out in the purple, which is my bedazzled purple, which has a little shimmer and sheen to it. This is Yvette. And then this one is Yvette. How beautiful. Using the corner. And she made a pocket card. This is Yvette. Then we have Sharon. And here is Sharon's tulips. Okay, I'm not supposed to tell you, but she put it on the card backwards. Yvette said, since I told you that Yvette did that one time, I have to tell you that Sharon did it as well. But there are her tulips. And she colored them, not with the mousse, she colored those with Tim Holtz Distress ink and then cut out. Pretty, huh? And here is Sharon as well. And she used the corner die. Just soft and simple and elegant and easy. Then we have Claire. So here's Claire's card. Again, using the Contour Plus die for the corners. Just lovely. This is Claire. And here is, I'm going this way. Here is Claire. I don't know, Claire, is it this way or no, it's this way. Here's Claire. Just soft and easy, a simple sentiment, and you're done. Again, using the Contour Plus. Here is Claire's roses. Oh my gosh, is that gorgeous? Here's Claire's roses. And she colored and she glittered and she moussed and oh, she used the mousse and then glitter over the top. Oh my gosh. How gorgeous is that? Built with the frame. And then we have got a mixed media piece. Claire and her mixed media pieces. So pretty. Uber talented. all these different looks from the same set of dies. Then we have Michelle. And Michelle used glitter and embossing powder to do this. She embossed and glittered. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Love, love, love. Really love, love, love. So there's Michelle. And here is Michelle. This was done by Michelle. Cute, huh? I think those, she said those are her nieces. Smile, you're on YouTube. And then we've got Elena. Elena and her dollar store finds. She found this inexpensive little plastic picture frame, and she took the flowers from the Contour Plus and just cut them out and glued them down to make a cute little DIY project. Imagine if you were doing a wedding and you took the flowers and you had just a silvery picture frame and you put that on every table for the table numbers. Ooh, it doesn't have to be expensive. I'm pretty positive this came from the dollar store or the swamp meet. I know Elena. Elena does all the storyboards as well. Then we have Elena here. How beautiful is that? So pretty. And then I'm not supposed to tell you what kind of kitty this is, but the tulip die, apparently this is the frame of the tulip die. And when she took the center out, the die out, and she cut it, this is what she saw. Now, I'm not supposed to tell you what kind of kitty this is, but next time you come to visit Scrapbooking Made Simple, just say hello. She did this. So this is the negative. This is the background for the tulip die. Let me see if I can pull it out. Here it is. So Elena saw this piece right here, and what she saw made her say, hello, I think I can put a kitty in there. Am I being clever enough? I know she was super clever. How cute is that? Way to go, Elena. And then we have Michelle. Oh no, Kathy. We've got Kathy. This is Kathy. So here's Kathy's. I remembered Kathy. Done with the corners. This is done with the one set, and then the Contour Plus corners on the inside. This is Kathy. Love, love, love. And then Kathy did a layout. Again, using the Contour Plus. She used my must-haves from last time. Kathy did a beautiful job on her 12 by 12 layout. Beautiful job. And last but not least, we have Belinda. I saved her because this is October, and this is just Belinda's cup of tea. This is her month. This is everything she loves. So here is Belinda. She sees everything in a unique and amazing way. And some of you are like cocking your head going, I don't get it. And others of you are dropping out of your seat saying, oh my gosh, I so get Belinda. So this one is Belinda. And this one is by Belinda. And remember I said you can use the frame without having to use the flower in the middle, and she did that. And then her corners are all done with the dies. She used the corner Contour Plus die here, here, here. But this is the die I was using today, and all she used of it was that beautiful frame. This is Belinda in her element. Absolutely in her element. All right. So unfortunately, Doris was sick this week. So hopefully next time we'll have samples from her too. I'm gonna tilt on back, move on back, and say, okay, you guys, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple. Where are you gonna find all these products? Well, the dies you're only gonna find here because they're mine. They're my designs, they're simply refined, it's my brand, and they are a one and done. So if you like them, we encourage you to order them. They are value priced, so they are $14.99 when you buy the I Want It All bundle, which has the 4 main dies. Otherwise, they're $19.99 if you just like 1 or 2. And that Contour Plus set is always just $29.99, which is a really great value. Also, don't miss out on the planner glue sticks. I'm really impressed with them, and what's more important is that my staff is really impressed with them. You're gonna get 1 of each color, a total of 6 for $6. I think you're going to be happy with them. And then of course we have the Nouveau Mousse, which I was so glad to hear isn't supposed to dry out at all. It made my heart happy. And if you're on a crafty budget, don't feel like you're being left behind. You're not. Get the platinum color and color them yourself. Take a little bit each time you want to use a color and make your own color. You can do that and have the same look and beautiful feel as somebody who has all 24 colors. You are not being left behind. So it is me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple. I will see you in 2 weeks. No YouTube next week, but the following week, where we will have winner chicken dinner for the 100 winners for our anniversary sale. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye, everybody.